Good evening, guys. I just did my first ham radio wiring uh, project. Or, well, let me rephrase that. I just did my first ham radio project. I um, invested in a new power supply, a new 12-volt power supply for the house here with Anderson power pole connections. And I have and I also got Anderson Power Pole parts. I got an assorted assorted parts, including the ends, and then 15, 30, and 45 amp connections, and yeah, just cut the ends of the wires of off my radio and added Anderson Power Poles to it. And now I've got an Anderson Power Pole supply, and yeah, it went off without a hitch. From the time I disconnected my radio from old power supply to the time when I got my radio up and running again was about 10 minutes, I would say. Um, and Fortunately, I watched a couple of YouTube videos last night. Hang on a second, my radio is still on. There we go. I watched a couple of YouTube videos last night of um, well, two things. One, I watched uh, KF7ETX's video on Anderson power poles, and he went over the basics along with a couple other things that he did, which I did not do this time around. But maybe my next wiring project I will do that. He added strain relief to his wires. I didn't do that with this because my wires aren't going to be in very intense situations. But when I get into maybe like wiring and automotive and whatnot, yeah, I'll definitely add some strain relief and whatnot. So yeah, but he went over the Anderson Power Pole crimper, which I invested in along with the parts. I got my stuff from PowerRex.com, and they're not paying me. They're not giving me anything to say that. Just telling you where I bought it, and yeah, it was a real easy project. I also invested in a kind of a multi-tool when it comes to wiring. I got a cutter, a stripper, and a crimper as well. Um, uh, from Amazon. It's Irwin. It's an Irwin self-adjusting what do you call it? Um, it's kind of like an automatic wire stripper, if you will. Well, not automatic, but it takes the guesswork out of like what gauge wire you need to strip and whatnot. That was really easy. Yeah, really easy. So yeah, like I said, everything went off without a hitch. Yeah, everything just turned out really great. um, yeah. So that was just my first little ham radio project. I got my radio back on the air. My Wilkson here, and it is powered on. I've got that back on the air, and I just talked with someone on the little repeater. So all in all, it worked out very well for me. Real easy to do. Watching those videos helped a lot. Um, that's for sure. Especially the Anderson Power Pole videos. I watched a couple, like I said, KF7ETXs, and then I watched another one. I cannot remember the gentleman's call sign off the top of my head, so sorry about that. And then I watched a review on the wire stripper as well, that the self-adjusting wire stripper that I got. So yeah, really nice. Everything just turned out really well. The power supply works great as well. Doesn't um, doesn't make a lot of noise. It's very quiet, and I'm not getting the feedback that I was getting on my radio before, so hopefully this will help with that also. Um, yeah, so Anderson power pulls for me all the way. Too bad it's not going to replace a cigarette lighter. That would be really sweet if it did, though. Anderson power poles are just really nice. Nice to work with, too. That's for sure. So long as you have the right tools and whatnot. And yeah, so now I've got some tools that I can add to my computer bag. In fact, as soon as I'm done making this video, I'm gonna go put everything away into my nice little bag, and I'll have my little amateur radio, ham radio gear with my computer tools for repairing computers and whatnot, along with my soldering iron. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Have a good evening, have a good night, or good morning if you're watching this tomorrow. Take care, guys. Just thought I'd share this little project. Take care. Peace.